his mind, the chicanes, and just riding them as hard as he possibly can. He knows he would like to do a good job for the team that he's with now, the Tyco team.
Well, it was interesting to hear them say that Michael Dunlop has made a few alterations to his bike, and that constant improvement that he's been talking about has taken another step forward. So we'll see what happens now. As they say, look to the lights and wait for the sign that says go, and the Superstockers are underway. Great start from Lee Johnston, great start from Alistair Seeley. Michael Dunlop gets squeezed, Martin Jessup goes around the outside. It's Seeley from Johnston, from Dunlop, and then Martin Jessup.
Yeah, terrific start there, wasn't it, from Alistair Seeley? And you say, there he goes over the top. Right behind him, you can see the number 3 bike there of Michael Dunlop. Jessup down the inside. Number 2 there is squeezing in Dean Harrison.
Cold tyres, coldish,
chaps,
yeah. Big field, you don't want to be rubbing shoulders with anybody else. A little bit of changing position as the helicopter looks down on them, but Seeley already streaking away.
Long shadows. Second wave gets away, and it's Derek McKee in the middle there. He's usually fast off the line, but not as fast as it seemed as the 23 bike there of David Johnson.
That wasn't Derek McKee's best start, was he? He's already back 4 places on this second wave. And if we are going to see a winner from the second wave, I'd have previously said I put my money on the Wilson Craig Honda and Derek McKee, but he's got some work to do now.
That's David Johnson on the Ice Valley machine, the Australian rider.
And who's that with him? That was 47 Alistair Kirk, wasn't it?
Oh, a bit of pushing and shoving going through. I think Shuey was in the middle of that. So there we are.
This is close.
Yeah.
This is very close. This is very close indeed.
Yeah,
that's closing the door very much on Lee Johnston, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2 BMW bikes, but you'd have to say that well, there's not much difference in the size of these twos. They're a couple of wee lads, aren't they? So it's about who is going to ride the bends and the corners, because down the straights there was very little in it. Looks like Michael Dunlop has slotted in there in 3rd place.
Martin Jessup's the man behind him, 4th. That's more or less the order they came around York Road corner in, but Lee Johnston on a BMW is staying with Alistair Seeley on a BMW, and so that's going to be an interesting one. 6 laps we've got, and was that an Ian Hutchinson I just saw?
I think it was. It was a bit of a blurry shot, but look at this now. That's Lee Johnston going down the inside, or getting on the inside as we come up towards the Mathers Cross chicane. Nothing in the performance. It's Johnston is later on the brakes. Is he going to get it stopped? He told me the other day that it was hard to see it and it's very easy to overshoot it, but he's pulled it down nicely there. I don't think Alistair Seeley will be that bothered, because we've still got a long way to go. This is a 6-lap race here, 9 miles each lap, so it's a long way to go, and there won't be a lot between these 2 motorcycles, as we saw as they were heading down towards University. Is who's in the slipstream, and that's where it makes the big difference. Look at that.
It is making a big difference for Lee Johnston, but Alistair Seeley's got him covered. Johnston goes round the outside. This is the hard way to do Mathers Cross, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, we've already passed.
Yeah, the Macroboy.
We're at Macroboy. That's what comes of reading the timesheets. It's still a hard way to do the Macroboy chicane, isn't it?
It is a hard way to do it, but right, I think we've got a race on here. I think Alistair Seeley has, I don't know about met his match, but he's certainly got someone that's going to keep him very honest for this race. And Lee Johnston, winner here last year, 2 wins he took, both in the Super Twins class. He's been qualifying really well.
They're very close, aren't they? Now the top 3, Michael Dunlop has closed up with these. These 2 are dicing with each other, and that's allowed Michael Dunlop to draw closer.
And I think that's Dean Harrison, isn't it, in 4th?
Well, it was Martin Jessup, but it's not anymore, is it?
Okay, right. Well, we've got 2 BMWs, followed by a Yamaha, the number 3 of Michael Dunlop, that said he'd made some changes, and it looks like they've probably worked those changes.
Does seem a lot more. And here comes Lee Johnston again, and goes straight up the inside of Alistair Seeley. And it is Dean Harrison looking for a way past Michael Dunlop.
Well, that was Guy Martin, wasn't it, in 4th? 5th, I think. He is, number 4 bike there, Guy Martin. So he is going to show us that he's going to keep us smiling but stay out there. He's running really well there in 5th position.
Well, he's sort of set himself a challenge, really, hasn't he, Guy Martin? He's got to do well if it's that boring. And that means he's got to get a bit of a move on. But who'd have thought this, at the end of the opening lap, we'd see Lee Johnston leading Alistair Seeley.
Right, this is, we are in for a race here, so we've got BMW, Yamaha, then the number 4 BMW of Guy Martin that's looking good, looking